we'll just.
Welcome to the Weasel. Welcome to the Weasel. Whip out your dicks and shove them in your ass. Welcome to the Weasel with Mican and Jonah.
Let's fucking go, dude. Mican, how the fuck are you doing, dude?
Well, dude, I feel like shit. If I'm being completely honest with you, my head is pounding. Stars are floating around me like Looney Tunes. Like I've just gotten hit in the head with an anvil, and
Or like a
little
mallet.
Tweety birds. Yeah, mallet, like an Acme mallet. You know, oversized to the point where it wouldn't actually be useful for anything except smacking cartoon characters over the head with. Beautiful company, Acme, dude. I mean, really, when you think about it. Acme,
Yeah.
they capitalized so hard. They sold the worst shit, right? Their stuff was garbage, but they were the monopoly, dude. Where else are you gonna get fucking anvils or fake fake tunnels or fucking bottomless pits and you name it, dude.
Dude,
Rockets.
Acme really got a. I mean, they really found their niche in supervillains.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they were like, like these guys will try any like what a group of people of like returning customers, right? So the job of a supervillain is not to win every time, it's to win once. Right? So in an effort to win once, you're going to try a lot of different tactics. And, it's like throwing shit at a wall and whatever sticks. So you'll try the hole on the tunnel. You'll try the TNT that has a delayed reaction, inevitably. You'll try the anvil from the sky technique, honestly, if Acme just sold guns, they would have probably bottomed out. Like, because they would have just solved it.
Yeah. Yeah, the market would be completed too fast. You would both like flush the market of all your customers while simultaneously selling out of one product. Though, Acme's stuff never really did work, right? Really. Because that's part of the reason that they fucking stayed in business. Because you're right, it's not to win every time, it's to win once. And most villains don't even win once. But fuck,
I don't know, man. I think you put a big fat user error discrepancy on all those cartoons, and you got a hell of a business on your hands.
I mean, you're not wrong. That guy, you don't even hear about that guy who's running Acme, dude. Don't hear about him.
Have no idea.
He probably owns the World Bank. We'd never know.
Oh, dude.
He's been pulling the strings this entire time.
Fucking Schwab or whatever, the like foreign guy.
You talking about Carl Schwab? Carl? No.
I don't know what I'm talking
Something
about.
Schwab. Is that the guy that's in Klaus Schwab? Klaus Schwab.
Sounds
and he's
better.
He's the head of the World Economic Forum, I believe, as well. Klaus Schwab, or at least he goes to those talks with the World Economic Forum lots.
Oh, sorry, dude. I bumped my mic hard with my glass of booze.
Boom, baby.
Man, I was telling you a little bit about this earlier, but I don't think I got this in depth. So, dude, I went out to brunch with some coworkers this morning, and it was nice, dude. Had a nice brunch, bottomless mimosas, $20. So
$20 for bottomless mimosas.
$20 bottomless mimosas. Spanky's Roadhouse right here in Denver, Colorado.
Do you know how many fucking mimosas I can drink? Easily, fucking $80 worth of mimosas.
I've seen you smash a few bottles of champagne, so
Yeah.
I was playing conservative today because I had a job to do. And this afternoon, this job currently,
This
And-
one. How you feeling about that, dude?
I probably drank a bottle and a half.
Right. Wow.
Equivalent. Of champagne. You know, just whatever the shittiest champagne they have, because everybody in this fucking place is getting bottomless mimosas. It is a rowdy time.
They're getting like the cheap brute from the fucking guy that sells it behind the liquor store out of his, I don't know, cellar. His
Dude, they have a keg of champagne,
Yeah.
like ain't not a grape involved in whatever the
like
fuck they served me today.
Smells like Frank's feet after Wednesdays, dude. Fucking, yeah, 100%.
Dude, honestly, this bar is kind of crazy. It's like a college sports bar, but they have really good food and really cheap drinks. So like, we all show up and we're all like, the youngest person's probably like 23, and then up to like, I think the oldest person is probably like 34.
Wow.
And then everybody else in this fucking restaurant is like in college, so they're like 20,
weird.
and like just so many hot chicks, dude, just filtering in, filling tables, and I'm like, what the? And I look like me, mind you, so I'm just actively trying not to look at these skimpily clad women.
Well, yeah, because they all wear active wear now, don't they? They wear like the ruched yoga pants, like that suck straight up their ass,
dude.
Like if they're wearing a shirt at all, it's like a midriff that has their tits hanging out, and I can push a sports bra that not just lifts and separates, but fucking holds it all together and firm.
Yeah, you've nailed the environment. Yeah,
that's what they dress like now,
and it's just packed in there. Whatever. I digress.
Yeah,
it's a cool spot. Me and some coworkers went there. Some of which you'll meet at the wedding, actually. So I'm happy that I'm like getting better friends with. Just the longer, it's kind of how shit goes. The longer you work at a place, the better friends you get. Blah 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 blah. You go to brunch, you get fucked up. Fuck, where was I going with that, man?
What are you talking about? The spot. So the bar's a cool spot because
before that
it's got good food, cheap drinks. Oh, before that,
yeah.
Bottomless mimosas. You were gonna tell me something that more in depth than what you were telling me earlier, but I don't remember what it was. I don't think you got to it yet. Then we went on a tangent.
See, dude, this is the issue with bottomless mimosas.
I don't see an issue. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure, dude. It sounded like it would have been a really good point, though. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
We'll just call it that, dude.
Yeah, that's
Swing
fine.
and miss.
Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll come back to me. Well, I mean, I think that's all to say. This kind of falls in line with something I wanted to approach anyhow. In that, like, you kind of mentioned this last week in your solo episode, but the fact that we've been slacking. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And by we, I mean me. I have been slacking, bro. Slacking, son. Yeah, I mean, like, I can make all the excuses in the world as far as like wedding and job and working out and my mental health, blah 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 blah. But the fact of the matter is, Daddy's been slacking, and I know it. And I know it, god damn it, and I don't like that about myself. And I really want to, make this podcast a large priority of my life. But sometimes I slack. and sometimes will continue probably into the near future because I got a lot of shit going on.
Shit going on, dude.
That's all to say. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, dude, I don't know if you noticed, but from listening to the last episode I did, that I puked up for the week.
I thought it was funny.
I also have been slacking really fucking hard, as far as the podcast goes. So to our fans, we apologize for being shit. We'll probably get better. I do, sort of. I apologize. I get it. It's inconvenient, but also most people aren't paying for it. I really apologize to the people that are paying for it. We've been slacking hard on you guys. Big apologies to you. We've got some stuff coming for you as well. Don't you worry.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. The people that are paying for it, I should apologize to. Thank you.
Big apologies.
People that are paying for it. Please don't stop paying for it, but I understand if you do, frankly.
Yeah. We suck. So
yeah.
That's all to say, dude. Love you, bro. Thank you for being here with me today. We'll catch you guys all next week. Nah, just kidding. That'd be fucked up, dude.
Man.
Can you imagine, dude, about 20 minutes of us just fucking talking utter shit, going on a tangent, forgetting what we were talking about, and then that's it. Just sorry, we suck. See you later.
Yeah, man. This is why we need an editor to remind us on what the fuck we were talking about. But
yeah, somebody to be like, hey, dude, talk about this. Anything else?
Well, I mean, just to remind us when we lose track, which happens probably pretty fucking frequently. So yeah, I understand that I've been slacking. Mican has honestly been carrying the team for the past month, and then he's traveling here to the States very soon, which I'm very fucking excited about. But will the podcast suffer? Dun dun dun.
Yes, it's going to.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, it is going to suffer a little bit. Listen, guys, it's going to be a rough go for a little bit, all right? Because not only what I'm planning on doing is we record on Sunday, like normal next week. And then I'm going to get off the phone with you, and I'm just going to sit down, and I'm just going to edit them, both of them, straight out the gate, and schedule them straight out the gate, right? That way, when I'm traveling, I don't have to do any of that. It's already done, and it's ready to go. So when we leave Monday, it'll be ready to fucking post for Friday anyway. So it'll be all good. When I get to Oregon, though, I'm not sure how the schedule's going to line up and where I'm going to use internet at. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to have to find a place that has internet, because I think my grandparents have it, but I'm not sure how good it is or what I can do with it. You know what I mean?
That where you're staying?
Yeah, we'll be staying out there.
So
we might be staying at my uncle's a bit as well, but yeah, we're going to stay at my grandparents. So,
are you excited, man? Or are you... I mean, I know it's been 6 years since you come to the States. I feel like this might be a better conversation for next week, but I'm just curious. Like, are you excited? Are you anxious? I'm sure there's a bit of complex emotions to it, like like it's been a long time. You're returning home. You're gonna see family. You're going to see, at my wedding, you'll see friends you haven't seen in fucking 10 years.
A long time, yeah.
How are you feeling?
Very anxious, for sure. Excuse me. My grandpa's pretty sick, so this might be the last time I get to see him as well.
Oh,
so that's a flurry of some pretty rough shit, so... Yeah, it just depends. Don't know how bad he is, but it doesn't sound like he's doing real crash hot. So, Yeah, we'll see how he goes though. It might be different in person. This is just what I'm hearing from like my aunts and uncles and stuff. So he's not doing a real crash hunt.
Bro, if your fucking
so I'm just trying to mentally
grandpa
prepare
dies like on my wedding, I'm gonna be real bummed out.
Dude, what would be the odds? Would I be able? Do you think Jenny would be upset if I put something about it in the fucking in the script?
I would be upset about Jenny. It, dude. I'm like, keep your fucking dead granddaddy out of my wedding.
My grandpa died. Love you guys. Now kiss.
I'm like, shut the fuck up about your dead grandpa, dude.
This is for us. This is our
Shut
day.
the fuck up, man. This is my day. Keep your dead grandpa out of this.
No, I'm really excited to come back because it is the first time I've been back since I left. So I know there's a lot of things about my hometown that'll have changed, and I know there's a lot of things that are going to stay the same. And because that's what happens every time I come back. You know, like when we were in Japan for 2 years, I think I went back once, and then obviously went back for a little bit when I come back, but it didn't change much. Between when I left to then, and it probably won't have changed much now. Except maybe
don't, dude.
No, they don't, dude. They stay the same. The problems stay the same. It just changes hands. It's just different people. So
that's I mean, that's like the thing that they tell you about when you're in the Marine Corps about re-enlisting. They're like, hey, what's back in your hometown? That's fucking gonna be different. Or changing or revolutionary. Nothing. Stay here. Stay here. Do this. Isn't this good?
Yeah. This is the same. This is easy.
Don't you love this gun club? Like that's all we are is a nice gun club. Don't mind the slave labor element to it.
No. Don't even worry about that.
We're a gun club.
Just listen, you don't even have to think for yourself, man. We tell you when to get up.
We do all the thinking
when to go
you.
Eat. We tell you when to go to work, when you're done, when to go eat again. You just go home, go to bed, and all you got to do is just get up, go to the gym a bunch, maybe drink a heap of alcohol to mask the loneliness, the empty loneliness that you feel, even though you're surrounded by people all the time. Just don't worry about it. You don't want to go back. You got that in your hometown, plus no good wages. Never mind the shit wages in the military, but
they're right, dude. They're right. Ultimately, the people in my hometown are doing the same shit they were doing when I left, man. Same shit. Nothing's changed. Very stagnation nation as far as like, I don't know, jobs or like happiness or general well-being. Same, if not worse, is how it's going for a lot of people. But dude, there's a charm. There's a bit of fucking charm to returning to your hometown. I think it's easy to talk shit about your hometown. Like there's always fucking problems wherever you go. But there's a bit of charm where you know the streets. You look over and where there used to be an IHOP, there's a Walgreens, and you go, oh shit! I used to go to that IHOP all the time, and now I'm gonna go buy Plan B there for that high school girlfriend that I just knocked up again. So,
yeah, that's really like the Marine Corps dream. That's like best case scenario when you're coming back from boot leave or from Japan.
Best case.
Best case scenario.
Let me take a piss, dude.
Okay. Go piss now. My wife has bronchitis. The bronchitis. And last weekend we went to the Gold Coast, as you all know. Or maybe you don't. Yeah, we went to the Gold Coast last weekend, and Kiralee and her parents are all three very sick the whole time. Which, I don't mind taking care of people when they're sick. It's just, I think now I'm getting sick. And it doesn't help that I go out and get drunk with my friends out in the cold around a fire pit, drinking the worst combination of rot gut alcohols you can have. But you know, we're out here, we're living. We're just out here doing what we do. Hey, dude, feel better?
No. I gotta update you on a developing story.
Dude. Yeah, tell me, dude. What's going on, bro?
Almost cracked my window with my whiskey bottle. By the way, I won.
Good one.
I won this, dude, in a diaper raffle. Isn't that nice?
A diaper raffle.
Yeah, dude. You bring diapers to a party, and they do a raffle of everybody that brought diapers. They give you a bottle of booze at the end if you win. And I won.
Nice whiskey.
Can you hear my cat?
I can.
Fuck me, dude.
It's all good, dude. It's just maggot, dude. It's all right.
No, I'm gonna let the fucker in.
He wants to be near his poppy, dude.
Yeah. All right. Now you're in. Now you're in, dude. So fucking be in. This is what it's like to be in, dude. This is where the magic happens. Swear to fucking God. If you start fucking yelling to get out.
He wants out, dude.
I'm gonna flip my fucking lid. No, man, there's a developing situation going on.
Does it have to do with your
butthole.
cock?
No.
Your butthole. Oh, right.
My butthole, dude.
Okay.
Have I told you about my recent issue with my butthole?
Well, you told me that you showed your shitty ass to William, but you didn't tell me why.
Well, dude. So, well,
what's going on, bro?
William is my fucked up asshole confidant. And that he is a fucked up asshole in general.
Yeah, so he knows.
And he also has a fucked up asshole.
Does he really?
Yeah, dude, his asshole's fucking wrecked.
Just blown out, dude. Too many.
I mean, dude has like
Vinny's.
IBS. Fucking like if the dude doesn't like shed a pint of blood when he shits, it's a miracle.
Fucking sakes, dude.
Yeah,
horrible.
dude. Yeah, isn't that rough? But dude, just recently, as in like a week and a half ago, I fucking took a pretty gnarly shit, right? Didn't notice much at first. Next day, butthole still hurt. You know, sometimes you take a big shit, your butthole hurts. You know, for a minute, and you're going, yeah, well, that makes sense. That was a big shit that went through my asshole very recently. Right. Next day, asshole still hurts. What's going on? So dude, I look in the mirror at my butt. You know, I do the whole like tiptoes, fucking ash spread behind the back, look in the mirror. Right. And I see this fucking nodule fucking poking out of my perfect asshole.
Wow.
And this isn't something that I was super familiar with, this complex that I had in myself until very recently. But man, I had past tense. I had a fantastic asshole, dude. I had an immaculate asshole. Like,
yeah.
Primo.
Nice, tight butthole, dude.
Primo fucking butthole, dude. And now all of a sudden
they're trying to use. a nub, dude. They get a nub sticking
All of a
out.
sudden, I got this
It's like
nodule hanging out of my asshole.
Right. Okay. Did you like? All right. So I've got so many questions.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I have a lot of answers.
Okay. So did you try pushing it back in?
Certainly.
Yeah.
How did 100%. I was like, oh, how'd that get out there? Right. Just fucking jam it back in, dude. And then
did it work?
Doesn't go back in.
Done go back in. Right.
Done go back in.
So is it actually? Bro. So it's actually sticking out of your asshole, or it's something that's growing out the side of like the actual starfish itself?
Both.
Oh, right.
This
is a
case of a certified hemorrhoid, son.
Yeah, you've got a hemorrhoid.
100%.
No,
100% Hemi, dude. Dude, and I've made it through 28 years of life without my asshole ever being an impediment in my life. And right now, dude, shit's setting me back, son. And dude, I've received conflicting advice on this Hemi.
Oh. Okay.
And that some people told me slap a little ointment on there, shit will be gone in like 3 days. And I was like, okay, thank you. Like, ideal. Thank you.
That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, dude. And I've been ointment into my asshole for like a week and a half straight. Nothing. Dude, ain't nothing. Okay, it has gotten a little smaller, but it actually split in two, I noticed.
There's two.
Well, the big guy fucking split in two little guys now.
Okay.
Which is
weird.
Progress. I think
it might be better to have two smaller ones than one giant fucking finger sticking out, like a knuckle sticking out of your house.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe like two little raccoon fingers rather than
Have
one
you had
giant
much
monkey
experience? Have you had much experience with Hemis in your life?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had like a proper hemorrhoid. I've had constipation issues. I've had
if you had
all
a
the
fucking
other
Hemi,
stuff.
dude.
Well, I've even had like where you nick the side of your fucking butt lips, you know, you like cut it a little bit with your fingernail or whatever, you know, scratch it a bit too hard. So I've had that, but I don't think I've ever had the actual like hemorrhoid. But that's like where the lining, right, fucking kind of bursts, isn't it? And it starts fucking.
Apparently, from my understanding, a hemorrhoid is a burst blood vessel in your anus. So they can be internal or external. Mine is a bit of both. So as such, every time I apply my ointment, which I'm getting fucking stellar at like a little bit of ointment on the finger. And then just immediately, no look, nailing myself right in the asshole, dude. Like, do you know where your asshole is at, dude? It's fucking.
It's right there.
It is 4:45 on a Saturday in Denver, Colorado. Do you know where your asshole's at? Because I can tell you precisely where mine is right now.
It's right here, dude. On the dot. It's right here. So the cream's not working then. So what's the go?
I don't know, man. Dude, I've been lathering in cream. I've been I'm using witch hazel, which is apparently supposed to help like wipes. I took an Epsom salt bath the other day to try to like, I don't know, salt it away.
Soothe it.
It's like a slug. You know, I think that's. He burns us. Except it's not, dude. It's an invincible slug. Dude. You just dump salt on it, and it fucking flicks its. Yeah.
He rails a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, get fucked, cunt. Yeah, give me more of that poison, boy. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it has gotten a little bit better. I've been reassured that it will return to normal, but I'm doubtful, son. I'm really, dude. I don't know how much pride that I had in my asshole until it's been taken away from me. You know,
Mm.
I used to, I used to be like, my asshole is pristine. I have a great asshole.
Right.
And now that it's all, wonky, it's all deformed and like a mashed fucking flower. Lost a bit of that. Lost a bit of my self-worth, I suppose you'd say, in the pride of my asshole, which I think is good for me, like I'm learning a lesson about the human body, and that, like, hey, nothing lasts forever, son. You're never gonna have that pristine body, that pristine asshole that you romanticize in the mirror now. It's gonna be shit someday, real soon, as a matter of fact.
Well, I mean, I don't think shit necessarily, but it'll have more character than a perfect asshole for sure.
Is that what you think it is?
It's like
It's
a perfect
character.
asshole plus character. Yeah, dude. It's like, it's like you got a really good friend. He's a really nice dude, but he got a buck tooth. He's got character, bro.
Dude, it's
You-
like
you just got a buck tooth asshole now. It's all good.
I don't know, man. It's where, like, before, like, if I sent a gay dude a photo of my asshole, like, would have been primo lining up at the
Oh
gate.
yeah,
dude.
he
If
would have been
all
like,
they
yeah,
knew-
fuck yeah, dude. I
if
want to
all they
stick my
knew
tongue
about
in that,
me-
dude.
If all they knew about me was a photo of my asshole, I'd have boys beating down the door, son.
Right, yeah.
And now I feel
fucking
like-
just absolutely, dude.
Yeah, just same scenario, but my current asshole, they'd be like, oh. Some of them, not all of them.
Pass.
Some of them would be like, pass. And I don't like
Light
that.
pass.
I don't like the way
Hard
that
pass.
makes me feel.
But hey, dude, now I don't like. I feel bad about the hypothetical gay dudes. I can't fuck because my assholes is wonked. Yeah, I get it.
No, that don't want to
You
fuck
put it like
me,
that.
dude.
Well, yeah, because you got a fucked
I'm
ass
used,
now, dude.
I'm used to being desired via my asshole. And now,
Right.
nay.
Nay, dude. Although you got to
nay.
remember, there's those dudes. They're like, yeah, dude, this dude's got a knuckle ass. Like those guys that are really into chicks with enlarged clits. You know what I mean?
That's what my
These
butthole
dudes,
looks
they
like
just-
right now, dude.
They like sucking on hemorrhoids, dude. Out. Out. I wanted it, but now I want out.
God. Fucking damn it, son. These cats are ruining my podcast.
Yes, it's the cat.
But yeah, no.
Definitely
I've
not me and you.
Yeah, but man, yeah, you're right. Definitely not. Definitely not me and you. So yesterday, I tell William about. I was like, man, I've been having some fucking asshole problems, and we are very close buds. He's been on the podcast a few times now. He's the best man at my wedding. We're close, and I was like, dude, like, can you take a look at my asshole? And keep in mind, this is like my asshole's, by the way, is cleaner than it's ever been in my life. Like, I'm wiping it constantly, and I'm reapplying ointment 3 times a day. So this asshole is never been cleaner, has looked better.
Right, yeah.
But
Clean
this
and
is
ugly
after-
are 2 different things.
Yes. Yes. Preach. Preach.
Sorry,
it,
brother.
son.
Hallelujah.
You can take a shower, but it's not going to change.
You still be ugly.
Look.
You can be clean, Lord. You can be clean. I wish some cleanliness on my entire flock, but boy, you still ugly.
But that's not to say that cleanliness doesn't help with attractiveness. And if you're trying to maximize your
No.
attractiveness, Be clean.
Yes. Don't
For
be
any-
ugly and dirty.
Yeah, dude. For any uggos out there listening, be clean and you'll, you know, net positive. I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, you keep your toenails trimmed, you might get more ass than otherwise.
Yeah, nobody's bearing their ass to long-nailed fucking assholes, dude. All right. If you got long toenails, like the scraggly, yellow, scary-looking toenails, unless you cut them into spikes. You know, cut little spikes into them. That's pretty dope. You know?
Honestly, yeah. Agreed on that.
Anyway, sorry, continue. So you text William and like, hey man, I've got some problems.
No,
with my
dude,
ass.
I FaceTime William.
Straight out the gate, dude.
FaceTime
look at
William
this.
in my kitchen. He's like, how you doing? I go, not so good. You want to see why? But this is after a day of work. Right after work, went straight to the gym. As soon as I got back from the gym, William calls. And I'm telling him about my asshole problems, and he's like, all right, man, come on, let me see it. And I go, all right, shit, man. Oh, yeah, let's go. And I revealed to him my asshole, you know, like bent over, spread him into the FaceTime, trying to line it up proper with the counter. And he's like, dude, your asshole's shitty. Like, why is it yellow? And I was like, oh no. Oh my word. And he's like, dude, I think you have a shitty asshole right now. Like, it was like caked in like fucking yellow crim. And I go to the bathroom, sure enough, dude. Put a fucking wipe through it.
Yeah.
Big shitty asshole. You know, which is not on me, dude. I can't tell if I have a little bit of mud butt when I have ointment on for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, true. Because it does feel very similar.
Well, then the little bit
similar.
of shit mixes with the ointment, and then before you know it, you go to the gym, and then you have a whole you fart a few times, and then you have a shitty ointmented asshole that you try to show your friend for medical purposes, and he informs you that you indeed have a shitty asshole. But then I gave it away.
Not only do you have hemorrhoids, but you also have a shitty asshole. So your pride in your ass is just taking another massive fucking chunk.
Honestly, my asshole's shitty most of the time because I got deep cheeks, son.
Deep cheeks.
Which keeps my asshole pristine and moist most of the time, you know? Like, it never actually sees air. So it's like a newborn asshole. Like I'm like a pedophile's dream, dude. As far as,
they're looking for your ass. All right?
Dude, hasn't aged until a week and a half ago.
Yeah, it aged in dog's years, bro.
Yeah,
you're like an old Asian woman, bro. You went from like kind of looked like mid-20s to fucking 86 in one day. Just fucking bleh.
That's exactly what I'm battling internally right now.
I guess I just can't like. I guess I've never like the idea of like gay dudes, you know, desiring my ass has never been anything that's been even relatively like prominent in the forethought of my mind or the background. I guess.
Mican, I'm not saying. I'm not.
I know
that
you're not. I'm not saying you're gay, dude. And you want no. I know that. But it's just
you're calling me gay right now, bro.
I'm not calling you gay, dude. I don't give a fuck if you are, dude. Go ahead.
Fucking
bro.
not gay, dude.
I'm not fucking gay. Is this queer? Is this queer? Are these queer? Oh, for fuck's sakes.
But I'm saying,
but
if I was gay,
if you were gay,
I think I would have.
Men
had a
would
pretty
not want your
desirable
ass,
asshole.
dude.
And no, I'm
you
saying
did.
they would have, and now they would second guess it. If
Yeah,
I
they're not
was
second
gay,
guessing
is
it.
all I'm saying, man. How is that
But
hard
why
to
is that-
understand?
Yeah, okay, I get that. That all makes perfect sense to me. All right, what I'm confused about is why it's tied to your asshole pride so hard.
I don't know, man. I
guess I've never had pride in my asshole ever. I never have. I've just never been proud of it.
like, not that I'd
got a
look at my
regular ass.
asshole frequently, but I would do it enough to be like,
Damn,
you know, if I was
that's
gonna,
a nice ass.
if I was gonna
Man, if I was-
fuck an asshole, that's the kind of asshole I'd want to fuck. And now,
Yeah.
dude, I look in the mirror, I fucking
Yeah.
bend over, spread them, look in the mirror, and I go, oh man, I don't. Now I'm
want any bit of
second
that
guessing
ass,
that
dude.
evening, that hypothetical evening, in my mind, you know.
Yo, this ass got knuckles, man. Fuck.
But good news, I think the big knuckle has turned into, you know, I don't know, like a couple
Tiny little
nubs, a
knuckles.
couple nubsules.
Like the end of a raccoon's fingers. 2 of those. Bigger
Yeah,
than that.
I reckon.
I don't know what else to measure it as. I can't think of anything more.
Did you measure hemorrhoids in raccoons' fingers? I guess. If I'm following your logic, yes,
Yes.
that's the current
Good.
state.
Well, then, in my professional medical opinion, I think things are on the up.
Yeah, dude, that's good.
Thanks,
to
everybody,
know.
for joining us on this episode of the podcast.
Yeah, man, that's good to
my
know. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad it's getting better, dude. I hate that you are in such turmoil with yourself, because I mean that's ultimately what it is, isn't it? It's like you feel at battle with yourself. It's a sign that, like, oh, dude, things do change as you get older, and you have to start taking care of your body in a different way. Have you thought about, like, maybe going back to the bidet, using the bidet more often, because that's supposed to help as well? You're not wiping as much with toilet paper, you're not being as rough on your ass.
I don't use any toilet paper anymore in my life, dude. I'm a wet wipe kind of guy.
Right.
So no. But you're right, dude. I think there is this, like, coming to terms with age, because I used to be able to just blow out my asshole, son. Like, absolutely, just, I gotta shit. I'm in the bathroom for 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Take a squat, blow out a turd, just rip it out of my body.
Yeah.
Little wet wipe action, done, flush it down.
Fucking
You would have
ready to
thought
go,
I took a
dude, yeah.
piss, dude. You would have thought I took a
No.
piss. For the amount of time I was in the bathroom. And now, dude, look at me now, dude. My asshole's crippled. My asshole might as well
There
be
you
in a
go.
fucking wheelchair right now.
Yeah, man. Your ass got knuckles, son. That ain't good.
Yeah, little raccoon fingers.
You got raccoon fingers in your ass, dude. Sticking out of your ass. That raccoon's clawing its way out, son. You've got to...
Yeah.
You see, now this is something I have a lot of experience in, is taking your time in the bathroom.
Yeah,
See, I
that's
spend
fair.
probably 45 minutes to an hour every single day. Collectively. Sometimes I'll have a shit in the morning and a shit in the afternoon, depending on how I feel, you know? But it's all
I don't know,
about...
man.
relaxing your anus, easing your body into it, allowing, like, visualizing the shit actually traveling down
You visualize.
your tracks. Yeah. Oh, for 100%, dude. 100%.
Huh.
I actually visualize the entire process, because you know how it works is it squeezes down like that, because like all the flexes like that, and the muscles tighten around and it pushes it down. So what I do is I visualize my body actually, like, when I inhale, squeezing, like the pressure from my inhales pushing the muscles down and actually slowly pushing the shit out of my ass. And I can feel,
dude,
you know,
it's
not like
squeezing a tube of toothpaste, you know, but like ideally you want to start from the bottom,
right,
you know, as opposed to just, you know, squeezing a bit off from the cap and then you're like, oh, I'm done shitting, and then you move on, but you still got all that tube of toothpaste, and in this metaphor it's a barrel of shit still left in your butthole, so you systematically have linked in with your bowel approximately, I don't know, 8 to 7 inches deep in your asshole, and you can contract and expand that in real time formatively as you visualize the shit moving down your asshole. So as you
correct
visualize, you are contracting, expanding the way down your asshole, all the way from 7 inches till you get to post negative shit,
like exit bowels. 100% exit bowels. And
wow,
don't
dude.
think of it like each process on its own, though. It is the actual, like, the entire process, all the little working bits all moving at the same time. You're actually in control of, it's like linking your conscious thought with your subconscious normal bodily function, right? Because your body will shit on its own. It does that process by itself, but it's about concentrating on the process to help it move along in a healthy, natural way. You know what I mean?
Man, a week and a half ago, I would have said that's bullshit, man. A week and a half ago, I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Just get in there and grip it and rip it. Blow that turd out of your asshole. You'll be better for it. You'll be a stronger human being.
What does Knuckle-Butt Jonah think? Sorry, I just really wanted to say that. I'm sorry.
And you found an excellent moment for it.
Knuckle-Butt Jonah, tell us what you think about controlling your bodily functions.
Honestly, my asshole hurts right fucking now. So Knuckle-Butt Jonah thinks a bit differently, man. I've seen my asshole go from pristine to irrecognizable, like FUBU. Are you familiar with the concept of FUBU?
What the fuck is a FUBU? Oh, fucked up beyond all. What's FUBU?
Yeah, dude. Fucked up beyond recognition.
Oh, FUBAR.
FUBAR, that's what it is. That's what it is. FUBAR.
Fucked up beyond all recognition.
FUBU was like what all the black guys wore where I grew up.
Oh, FUBU, bro. Yeah, I still don't even know what FUBU is, dude. I don't know.
No, me neither. It was a brand.
What did black dudes? Oh, was it a brand? Was it?
Yeah. It was a brand of like oversized FUBU T-shirts, essentially.
Dope, dude.
But
those long ones that come all the way down to your fucking. Yeah.
Correct. To where like you could sag and then you still got your dick hole and asshole covered. But right now, my asshole is FUBAR, dude. Are you familiar with FUBAR?
Quite so, yes.
What is it? Fucked up beyond all recognition.
Yeah, fucked up beyond all recognition. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a term that's used for military members that get blown up during combat. You would say that guy got FUBAR'd.
Yeah. That's pretty dark, isn't it? Interesting that
I mean, it's a nice. It makes sense, you know. By the way, as you cough up phlegm, happy Memorial Day. To all those out there.
Everybody, happy
Just-
Memorial Day. As we talk about people getting fucked up beyond all relief.
Recognition.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you can't even recognize them after that. They're fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. Go on.
Well, I was just gonna ask, did you guys get up to anything did you do anything for Memorial Day?
We went to, actually, it was kind of interesting. This is steering the conversation away from where I wanted to go, but what we did for Memorial Day is some like older friends of ours had a barbecue, and they already like have a house, have a kid, are pregnant with another kid. So we went over there and just had like a barbecue, but turns out that when you throw a barbecue after, in your mid 30s and you already have a couple kids, a lot of fucking kids are showing up to your fucking barbecue, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, so it
All
ended
the
up being
neighborhood
more,
kids.
dude, it ended up being more of like a play date than a fucking barbecue, but it was nice,
It's always
man.
fun as
And
it's always
that
fun
like
as a childless adult as well.
yeah, dude, and like I was like pushing them around in the fucking Tonka trucks, and just like watching them discover water. Just like, oh, here's a fucking a basic element of being a human being, and they're like, what?
Wow.
Like, they're just like fascinated by it, and it's pretty fucking interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we had an interesting little get together, and I think it was a bit of a preview from where we might be, 4 years from now. So that was interesting.
Cool.
But I wanted to ask you just about how you feel. How do you feel about Memorial Day in general? Or where does your brain go?
I've always found it really difficult to do Memorial Day, like in a healthy way. So for so many years, I've just like gone on a hike by myself with alcohol and gotten fucking way too fucked up, Or I'll go do something like that. I'll just get fucked up. I think that comes from like kind of a masking for the pain, I suppose, of thinking about people that I was close to that aren't here anymore, kind of thing. But I've grown up a lot since then, and I had a really good chat with my uncle as well, because he had a mate of his that he was in the army with over that weekend, and he gave me some really awesome words of encouragement. One of the main things that I took away from it was just you can't grieve the ones who died a good death. Grieve the ones that didn't. You know what I mean? Most of the people that I know that are gone now, we'll just say that they've killed themselves. A lot of them killed themselves.
Someone actually asked me today, like, hey man, how was your Memorial Day? And I was like, just in regards to my experience in the military. And I mean, ultimately, this is kind of a military podcast. You and I are both Marine Corps veterans, so I guess we have some firsthand experience with this topic. But mostly, it is suicide that I think both of us have experienced as far as military loss. To the point where actually I don't think I know anybody that died in combat from my tender in the Marine Corps. It's been all suicide.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's like a darker component altogether. There's almost like this might sound kind of fucked up, but there's almost more of like an honor or like a, I don't know, like a justifiableness in like you died in combat, whereas like the suicide is a darker element, but just as relevant element of the armed forces.
Well, and more service members die from suicide than are dying in combat now.
Right
You know,
now,
every
yeah.
year. It's fucking crazy. It is weird, the idea that excuse me, the idea that somehow when you die in country fighting for something you believe in, that is, it just almost makes it more justifiable or easy to digest. But at the same time, like, when you start factoring in the reasons that the war or conflicts are going on, you know, the reasons we're actually over there, the money that's being transferred back and forth that isn't going, the support that's not going to the veterans when they do come back or while they're in country, you know, it's really, in my mind, I go to a very dark place as far as, like, the way the military works, the way it kind of just shunts people around. Will fuck you over if they get a chance to avoid having to face anything. I was listening to this interesting story the other day about this gal. So when they were doing the mandatory vaccinations for COVID, and I can't remember her name. I'll have to find it. But they're doing mandatory vaccinations for COVID unless you had a religious exemption, right? And this chick had she applied for a religious exemption, and it got denied. And then so they said, you need to, because she was in Japan as well, it's like, you need to go to the airport, you're going back to the States. And she's like, no. So she didn't get on the plane. She just kept doing her job, right? And then they tried to do it so that what they did was they took all her rights away, her online rights, because she worked in like an S shop, so they took all her online rights away. So she reapplied for them, so she could continue doing her job. And then they also told her to get on a plane, you're going back. She said no, and then like, well, fucking you have to, but you know, obviously they didn't make her. She's still doing her job, and actually she got awards, right? She got awards from like the commanding, the CG and stuff, for doing such a good job in her S shop and making macaroni and cheese and all that. And so sorry, inside joke, guys. Some of you wouldn't get it, but if you know, you know. And
They finger her.
They finger her, yeah. Freddie got fingered again. But it was essentially what happens is they eventually do take her from Japan back to the States. And not only did they lock her up, but they lock her up in solitary confinement as well. And the thing they actually locked her up for, right? Because they couldn't arrest her for not getting the vaccine because that was thrown out, right, recently. They couldn't get her for that, and they also couldn't get her for disobeying a direct order from that situation, because that thing that initiated her having to become, you know, being ordered to come back to the States, that was all gone as well. So that's completely thrown out. But what they got her on, right, was the way she got her rights back, her work rights, was she resubmitted the old authorization form, right? She put an updated date and everything on there, re-signed everything, and then submitted it. And then it was approved, but they said it was fraud. They basically classed it as fraud, and that's why they arrested her for it. And so they had her in fucking solitary confinement for what? Yeah, man.
This doesn't
Crazy
sound
shit,
right, dude.
Well, it doesn't sound right, but what it is bad leadership. All right, think about it, right?
How did this? Dude? I was asking you about Memorial Day, and how'd you get here?
I don't know, dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm just fucked up, dude. I'm so fucking hungover. I'm gone on a mad tangent. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I've got a bad taste in my mouth because with the military as a whole, because I've seen so many people that I know come out of the military and then kill themselves, or try to do it, or succeed on doing it while they're in still, you know. And it's not just a Marine Corps problem or an Army problem or it's a military wide problem. And I want to know why it is. And I think it's a combination of things. I think there's some people that just cannot cope with life. You know, you can give them all the love and support and care that you want, but they just can't cope with it. They see an out, and that's the way they're going to go. They're not factoring in, because that's what depression does. It takes away your ability to factor in, the way that other people around you feel. All you do is feel worthless. You don't feel like there's any reason to go on, That's what depression does to a lot of people. So
I'm curious. So I recently listened to a podcast, and they got pretty deep into suicide and depression. But the way that they defined it was really interesting, I felt. In that much of suicide are suicide attempts, more particularly. So I'm gonna butcher these stats, but roughly 1 in 20 attempts for men are successful. Suicide.
wow.
The same stat for women is 1 in 100.
Oh, right.
And why is that? Why, there's some ideas.
Because women got no balls.
Well, that's kind of in the ballpark, dude.
Yeah.
Just in regards to men are way more likely to use guns, which is a superior lethal method, essentially, was what they established. But regardless, the reason for a suicide attempt was way, at least in the way that they described this, was way less of a, like, I want my life to be over, and way more of a social signal of, like, I need help, like, I need assistance. And I heard that, and I agreed with it on a lot of levels. I also disagree with it on a lot of levels, because, man, some people are just beyond that. And I think that's what we experienced with Collins. I really do. You were closer with the guy than I was, but Collins was a Marine that we were in the military with, who ultimately, I think, after we left Japan, he tried to commit suicide active duty in the military. I don't know how many times, and then he eventually was successful after he got out, as I understand it. But for me, that's where my brain goes whenever I think of Memorial Day, and I think of, like, people that have lost their lives. I don't know. Maybe not via military service, but, like, people from my military service that are no longer with us. I think of that dude. And I'm sure anybody listening that was in the military has their own person that they think of. And a lot of it of late is suicide. So I'm curious what your kind of idea of why someone commits suicide to, I guess, like, what you can do, or is there something to do?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, Collins is a good example. One of the times while he was still in that he tried to kill himself, we were still in Japan. And I remember him, because I was talking to him, and I got the feeling, dude, he was going to try it. So I went to Gunny Kaiser, and I explained to him, what I thought was going on, and how, I wanted to figure out how we can get a hold of him. So we figured out what command he was with, where he was stationed. We found some people that were in our unit before that were stationed in the same place, and they went and found him in his car. And I don't think he obviously wasn't successful, but I don't even know if he'd taken anything. I think he was just ready to maybe shoot himself. I'm not sure. But see, that then led to the last time that I talked to Collins, which he did the same thing, except he had made his mind up. Right? This was the time. He had made his mind up. And he contacted me to just say, thanks, whatever. And then literally all you can do in that situation is just start calling friends, family, anybody you can get a hold of that's, awake at the time or whatever. But I think once a person's made up their mind that that's it, I'm done now, I'm ready to go on to whatever it is. I'm taking the pain away for good. There's nothing you can do. There really isn't. And you have to learn to... Probably too hungover to be talking about this. But you have to learn to be able to let go and not blame yourself. Because I definitely struggle with that in my life. I blame myself for either not, feeling like I haven't been strong enough to help the people that are gone now, or not aware enough to recognize when people are going downhill until it's too late. And I realize that those are just lies that I tell myself so I can continue feeling bad about it, right? This is my situation. I've identified with this negative feeling about suicide for so long because I've had so many experiences with it in my life that it started to take on this, weird... It's like when an alcoholic, for example...
You're forced to square the circle, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an alcoholic. They know they feel like shit when they drink this one type of alcohol, but fuck, they go out and drink that type of alcohol the fucking time because the pain is something they need to remember that they're still alive. But they don't. It's just, that's a lie that you tell yourself. You know what I mean? So I've now started to move towards kind of an understanding that, because I don't think what we have now, this experience that we're living now, I don't think this is it. I'm not saying I believe in Shambhala or heaven or hell or purgatory or reincarnation or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I don't think that this is the end all be all. I don't think that makes sense when you look at the conservation of energy and stuff, the way all that works. But that's a completely different topic. But what I'm saying is,
I massively disagree with you.
That's off the rails. Yeah, that's something we can talk about on the Brorch. I don't know, but as far as this experience that we have going on now, I'm not going to hold on to things that hurt, just for the sake of maintaining some semblance of identity that I've built over the years. I've realized that I can build the identity that I want to have and still have a remembrance and compassion for the people around me. When people need help, you help them, but you can't give them everything because you have to have enough for you to sustain yourself. You have to, and that's just a part of growing. And the same goes for, people that are suicidal.
Exactly what you just said. I look at that equation constantly. As in, whenever I meet somebody, it's essentially the equation of, is this person, am I willing to invest myself in this person long term? This is essentially what you're saying. Because I have to take care of me on some degree, and if I recognize when I meet a person that they are too toxic or too suicidal, or they're gonna pull too much energy from my existence, I have to make a call. And I make that call quick, man. I do. Frequently. I think where I struggle is in the field of suicide, right? And I think this is somewhere where you struggle too, in the opposite manner. So I think that I struggle in that, maybe I could have done more. Maybe maybe if I hadn't avoided that person, because dude, there was times, just keeping Collins as an example, there was times that I 100% avoided Collins, 100% avoided becoming better friends with him in some facet or another, because I saw this like deep, like, I don't know, like loneliness or weirdness or like social awkwardness to him, that I was like, fuck, there's a lot going on there, and I'm not sure that I want to be a part of it. Whereas, and you know, how much, and then that springs questions of how much am I don't know, kind of involuntarily complicit in his suicide, I guess. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't feel super responsible, but I deal with those feelings sometimes, particularly around Memorial Day, whereas you are almost the other extreme. I feel in that you try so fucking hard, man, to help people who are struggling, and then sometimes it's not enough.
No.
Sometimes the hardest you can try, you know, or like maybe you think you could have tried even harder than you did try, and then like I'm sure that's a mind fuck for you at the end of the day. Is not enough, which is where I think that theory that I brought up earlier kind of falls apart. Is like, I don't think that suicide or the attempted suicide itself is a signal of like, I want help. I think it's a signal of like the system's breaking down.
I definitely see it more as like whether that person's consciously asking for help or not. I think the mind is trying to get somebody to notice. But you're right. I think it's because once because we're just survival. Human beings are survival. Every instinct that we have is to keep on going, to reproduce, to survive, to live, eat enough food, drink enough water, go to a safe place. That's our basic instincts. But when you get to a point mentally where you don't want to do that anymore, you want to cease to exist. You are now going outside of your most basic instincts. And there's such a multitude of reasons that people do this. Such a multitude of reasons that they haven't built up in their own minds why they, want to do this. Like wanting to go out.
I want to kill my cat right now, dude.
Let him out, dude. Let the poor fucker out. He's just gonna keep going.
This is the other cat trying to get in, man.
Oh.
Oh my god. All right. I'm just going to leave the door cracked. Okay. This is such an important topic that you're elaborating upon. My fucking cat can't stop meowing. So I need a goddamn fucking studio, Mike, and I swear to God.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it. Oh man. I have been thinking about it, guys.
What
I've been thinking real deep.
Don't run away, bitch.
Studio. Oh, you run off. Wow. I noticed that you didn't leave the door cracked.
I didn't, dude. I let the other cat run out, and I was like, I whispered to them. I know you didn't hear it in the microphone. I whispered to them. I said, if you guys meow again, I will skin you fucking alive. There will be no suicide in this household. It'll be homicide. This is a homicide household.
Yes. A homicide over suicide every single day of the week. That's what you gotta do, man. Base instincts are solid,
if you're gonna die, I prefer homicide over suicide. Let's let that be known, dude. This is a pro homicide podcast, in contrast to a pro suicide podcast.
Right? Yeah. Like not necessarily we're saying pro homicide, but if we had to choose. Yes. Definitely homicide over suicide. Yeah.
100%.
Just covering our bases, guys. Just covering our bases.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, we don't want to leave any loose ends.
Sorry, man. I'm so sorry. We are a bit over time. I know I asked you about a very important topic that you were elaborating on. My cat ruined it. Is there any final thoughts just opposed to Memorial Day in general? Your, obviously extremely complex feelings over suicide or suicidal admirations. And then we'll wrap it up and hit the Brorch.
And go to the Brorch.
Fuck.
Yay.
We did not plan that well.
No. Listen, guys. There is hope. Okay? I know life can get really shitty sometimes. In fact, some people, most of the time. For some people, it's every time, always, all the time, it's shitty. But there is hope. There is things you can do to make yourself feel better. There's communities you can become part of to feel supported by. And when you've got a lot of people I talk to that are feeling like real suicidal, it's because they have no family or they feel like they have no family. But you can make your own family. Family isn't just people you're born into or people you marry into. It's the people that you surround yourself with. Those deep, deep connections that you build with people. That can be your family. And I think we all need to build more of those connections. Something that I found last night because I went out drinking with some of my buddies from the plant nursery I worked at for a bit. It doesn't matter how long in between we go without seeing each other or talking to each other. As soon as we're all together, it's like we seen each other yesterday. The conversations pick right back up and it flows. And it's going to be the same when at your wedding. I'm not anxious at all about seeing the guys from the military in the least, because I know it's going to be just straight back into hugs, kisses, fucking the whole 9 yards, you name it. I'm more anxious about seeing my family because I know how much they're going to have changed. But to see my friends from Marines change and grow and to wherever they're at now, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So everybody, just you need to surround yourselves with that. Change the way you think. Change the way you do. Be where you love and love where you are. You know what I mean? Go to places that make you happy. Do the things that make you happy. Give yourself structure in your life and build a life, because nobody's going to hand it to you. And if people are handing you life, it's probably not going to be fucking great, because whatever they're handing you is going to be secondhand. There's a reason they're giving it to you for free. Build it yourself. Build it strong. Foundations. And live well.
You sound like a fucking Cosmopolitan
a hippie?
magazine, dude.
I'm like a hippie, dude. Hey, man, dude, all you gotta do is live good, brother. Fucking shit'll be right.
In summary, guys, live good. Mican, I love you, buddy, as always. I will join you on the Brorch here very shortly. But thank you for listening to this episode of The Weasel. Love you, dude. Goodbye.
Love you, dude. Goodbye.